Hi all, Dan, with your third of your three ramblings on our questionnaire answers. And this one's about the single casks. Thank you everyone who completed this, because this was the bit where I was trying to understand where you are and make sure that my thinking is lined up with yours, because this is a new thing for us pretty much. We have done one single cask in the past, and that was for me to get a deal that became our main club bottle later. Now I'm looking at it a little bit more. Now we're a bit bigger and a bit more set up to do these type of things and give us the variety whilst giving great value, Somerton value. The key thing that came out of it is variety is wanted. Yes, Scotch single malt is a big part of it, but it's not the only part, and it kind of ties in with how we do the rest of the bottles. It looks like you want from the single cask what we have in the main club bottles, some variation, but with Scotch at its core, and that we can definitely do. We have 3 independent bottler brands. We will by the end of this year. We have Somerton, which is Scotch. We have Americana, which is American. And there's one more that I wanted to launch last year, but I got a really good deal offer on a whiskey that took its place, so it will be coming this year. It just aged for a little bit longer. And you'll get to see, that's where I get to experiment a little bit more and bring new things in and play at different value points. So that is where and I'll talk more about that in what's coming for the year ahead. Then launching it, all areas were liked. Second club bottle is the favourite, and we will do something. I've got one. I might do a second one now based on this responses. Got one in plan. But tasting set idea was liked, and also Whiskey Pioneer, using Whiskey Pioneer to give a first taste. And so what we will do is a little bit of a variety of those, quite simply. There will be second bottle options. There will be a tasting pack, hopefully. There should be a tasting pack. And we will also put a couple into Whiskey Pioneer as a first taste. So we'll spread across all 3 options. Did get recommendations on distilleries, and I thought I'd answer some bits of this. Glenfarclas. Who doesn't want a Glenfarclas? I've been trying for years, particularly a port aged Glenfarclas is what I really want. But even the non-port age is just too expensive. They offered, last time I asked, a 10-year-old that would retail at £180. I just can't. It's not where we are. The only other thing we can do is we can take one of their core bottlings and change the ABV and put our name on the label. But then it's just not the same. Bimber, I have tried for years. I've been trying since 2019 to get something out of them, and now they're even harder to get any conversations with, so that one's not possible. Kilchoman, we have spoken in the past, and I get a little bit of a way with them and then they just disappear. It's really annoying, but we'll try again. Anything from Islay, that is difficult because they're such big distilleries, and we are just too small for them. Particularly the Diageo ones, they need 2 lorry loads per month to be considered to be supplied by them. And you're like, okay, that's what they told me. But that's also why I jumped on the Whiskey Barons bottling. We got something from Bernard, and I will keep trying, and it's one of the directions I talk to independent bottlers with. If they've got access that I can't get, boom, let's do that. Campbelltown, you and me both love something from Campbelltown. Don't know how to get there. I'm gonna just visit the distilleries and chat to them and see if there's something possible. Irish, we're getting there. One of the reasons we haven't had Irish thus far is the big ones are really we're too small for, and the small ones are coming of age, and so a lot of them weren't quite ready yet. Now they're starting to get a little bit older. I'm hopeful that we can get something Irish in. They are a slight premium, massive premium, but as we're in this downturn a little bit, I'm hopeful. It's getting older. Hopefully it's getting cheaper too, and we can get some Irish. Loch Lomond, been trying. I have their main brand ambassador and their sales director. I ring up like every 6 months to try and push for something, and we will keep trying. American. So that we have Americana, so that with the idea that we can do stuff. The biggest problem is transport costs of getting a cask over from America. It's really expensive unless you do a full container. If you're doing a full container, we're talking 40 something casks, I believe, and then that's a hell of a lot of money that we don't really have. So trying, we do have a couple of casks that will be bottled in the future of a nice age, but at the moment it's just the economies of it. We look big in some ways, but we're not that big when it really comes into dealing with the industry part of whiskey and the distilleries. But I will keep trying. Anyway, you'll see more over this year on the single cask as I've got us further along. I'm going to try and see if I can find a way where you can taste. One of the things I like about